This is your Entrepreneurial News Minute for October 10th, 2024. I'm Phil Greenwood, Emeritus Professor at the University of Wisconsin-Madison, Wisconsin School of Business in Entrepreneurship and Strategy. And today the topic I want to hit on is venture capital. I am by no means a venture capital expert, but I did teach an entrepreneurial finance class at UW for probably 5 to 6 years. But one of the things I love to talk about is venture capital and how it's a really tough game. Now, here is a study by Correlation Ventures, a group, I believe they're out of Silicon Valley. They did a lot of research. They looked at almost 28,000 financings, $20.5 billion invested over time in a variety of different companies over a 10-year period, 2009 to 2018. What they found was that typically when there is an exit, that over 64% of the companies, as a percentage of total financings, over 64% of all these companies studied return less than 1 times their investment. So if somebody put in $1 million, you got $1 million back or less. On the other hand, if you go farther to the right, you can see the number of companies that only 7% returned 5 to 10%, or 5 to 10 times their original financing, and usually over only about 1 to 2% on the far right generate a return of 20 times their original invested capital for venture capitalists. So what does this mean? Well, a couple things. One, this is only a study of companies that looks like they succeeded. There's nothing that I saw that said this also includes the percentage of companies that didn't survive. Now, Sandhill Econometrics, a firm that had been around until the mid-2000s, before 2015, before they had been acquired by Venture One, they had estimated that roughly 50% of all companies that receive VC money, venture-backed companies, don't survive. They go out of business and never return their capital. But what it really highlights, in addition to leaving out the companies that didn't make it, is that very few are home runs. The 10 or 20x return is less than 1 or 2%. However, the home runs are what makes up for all the losses, or the ones that just kind of return a minimal amount of capital. And finally, it shows you how tough venture capital is. When venture capitalists look at making investments, they do a lot of due diligence. They do a lot of networking. They do work a lot on getting really good deal flow from all their network. And it just shows that there's still a lot of art that's involved in this beyond science, and it's not just numbers, and that the uncertainty of startups is still very hard to determine who's